Hi, in this section, we are going to complete our landing page. We'll create the call to action, the subscribe section, and our footer. So let's go to our phone frame, adjust its height, and activate the grid. Let's go and draw our first frame, and let's rename it CTA frame. Okay, now let's pick the text tool, zoom in, and let's type in make your next big move right now. Let's give it text style of H2. Let's break our text into 3 lines. Okay, that's great. Center horizontally. All right, now let's hit Command C and Command V to duplicate to create another text. This will be H4 and muted text color. Let's just add some dummy text. Let's go to content tree, some long and some short. All right, let's resize. Let's keep just 3 lines. That's great. Center horizontal and center horizontal. And let's go ahead and pick a button component and align it to the center and center horizontal. Next, let's change its color style to a secondary color. All right. Okay. Let's readjust the head. Call to action. Next, let's pick the circle tool and let's draw a first circle and hit Command C and Command V to duplicate. This will be the background of my call to action. So let's go to Fit and add second color 1 and here primary color 1, and let's just add an effect, layer blur, and 200. All right, let's group that. G background, and let's drag it inside our call to action and to the bottom of our call to action. That's great. Let's increase this. All right, let's see without the grid and let's increase a bit. All right, next, let's draw another frame and let's call this frame newsletter. And let's go to our assets. Let's pick our form component, click and drag. And now let's go to form and select mobile newsletter. Let's center it to the frame, go to layers. Let's move it inside the newsletter frame. All right. So this newsletter frame is inside our CTA. Let's move it outside. Okay, that's great. Let's activate again our grid and align it to the left and adjust its size. Now let's go back to our form. Go back to input field. The frame as field content. And if I resize, that's great. Let's go back, and if we change the size, it will follow. Let's adjust this to center, and this will be like that. And for the fill, let's add a secondary color 1. All right. Now let's create one last frame, which is the footer frame. Click and draw, and this will be left or right. Maybe also this left and right. And also for this left and right. Just forget for the background. Let's put it to scale. All right. Move it a bit down. Okay. And this is my footer frame. Let's move it out and rename it footer. And let's create just a new text layer. This will be 2022. Let's align it to the left. 2022. Click G base. Make your next move right now. Just a generic text for our footer, just size and center, and for the main frame, it's left and right. And next, let's pick the frame and let's adjust the head to fit the content. All right, let's see without. That looks nice. Maybe we just align this like that. Yeah, okay. Now let's do that for the desktop version. Move the head down and let's pick this call to action frame, Command C, and select the desktop, Command V, move it down under testimonial and activate back our grid so we can align our elements. And let's adjust the width, our call to action, and this with 2 lines centered. It's just that zoom in. Right, that's it. Let's adjust the height, move back this, and for our background, let's move it a bit down. So we have this gradient effect. Move it a bit to the top. All right, maybe this little bit to the center, something like that. And for the height, okay, I think it works great. Next, let's go and pick the subscribe command and select the desktop frame, Command V, and adjust the width. And let's go to forms and select desktop version, activate back our grid and align it to the left and adjust the height. That's nice. Now for our footer, Command C, select the desktop, Command V, move it down, zoom in, and adjust the frames width and align it to the left. Maybe this and back. Oh, align it to the left and resize. Also align it to the left and resize. Yeah, I think that's nice. All right, let's change the height to fit all the content. Now let's go and select the desktop frame and let's transform it to auto layout. Let's go back, Command C, and let's make our background animation fit inside our header and the background layers. Let's go back, transform this. Let's resize this. Let's select all my layers instead. And let's go to tidy up. Make sure the margin is 0. Let's do that again. Let's select all the main components or the main sections. And let's hit tidy up. This is 0. Maybe we need some space in here. Let's move the header down and go back. Adjust the alignment. See, okay, that's a bit tricky. Just select the features and the next section below and move to down. And here we go. Now let's select everything and let's go. And here our value is 0. That means that there is no margin that we don't need between each section. And let's close the gap here again for my desktop. Let's close the gap here. Zoom in. All right, that was great. I will see you in the next lesson.